Welcome to TV 99 North Mississippi for Good Day NA's News Minutes. A man was taken to the hospital after being shot in Ecru. Pontotoc County Sheriff Leo Mask says the incident happened Thursday morning at Patino Auto Service and Repair Shop on Highway 15 near the North Pontotoc School. The shop owner, Juan Patino, was shot once near his stomach and was recovering at North Mississippi Medical Center in Tupelo. The motive behind the shooting is still under investigation. He didn't get robbed. He had money on his desk, Mask said. The victim told law enforcement that the shooter left the scene in a red vehicle. A description of the vehicle, other than the color, was not given. Nearby North Pontotoc School was placed on a precautionary lockdown. And if you have any information, please contact the Pontotoc Sheriff's Department at 489-3915. Actress Selena Ward's husband is running as a Democrat for the U.S. Senate seat in Mississippi. Howard Sherman is a businessman, and he and Ward are from Meridian, Mississippi. State Representative David Berea of Bay St. Louis is also running in the Democratic Party for the Senate seat. State Party Chairman Bobby Moak says both candidates filed qualifying papers Wednesday. The Senate seat has been held for a decade by Roger Wicker, who is seeking re-election and is endorsed by President Donald Trump. Wicker is being challenged in the Republican primary by State Senator Chris McDaniel of Ellisville and businessman Richard Boynton of Diamond Head. Primaries are set for June the 5th. Donald Trump tweeted his support of Wicker last week, saying Wicker was a great supporter of President Trump's historic Tax Cuts and Jobs Act and is the type of leader that the president needs to support his agenda ahead to create more jobs and economic opportunities for all Americans. Wicker has been in the Senate for a decade. State Senator Chris McDaniel held a rally Wednesday in his hometown of Ellisville, Mississippi, to announce that he is challenging Wicker in the June 5th Republican primary. McDaniel lost the 2014 Republican primary runoff to Mississippi's senior U.S. Senator Thad Cochran. Speculation persists about whether Cochran, who is now 80, might retire because he has been in frail health. If that were to happen, the Republican governor would appoint someone to fill Cochran's seat temporarily, and a special election would be held to fill the rest of the term, which ends in January 2021. Cochran's staff says that he intends to remain in office. According to a report in the Daily Journal, there is speculation in the Mississippi House that Speaker Philip Gunn, a Republican from Clinton, is in line to be appointed by Governor Philip Bryan to replace U.S. Senator Thad Cochran. Multiple members of the House, both Republican and Democrat, say that there were members of the House positioning themselves to replace Gunn, who some say could resign before the current session is scheduled to end on April the 1st. Speculation in the state and national media has persisted for months that the 80-year-old Cochran, who became the first Republican elected statewide in the modern era when he won the Senate seat in 1978, would be stepping down soon. If he does step down, the Republican Bryant would appoint a successor to serve until a special election that the governor presumably would call in November on the same day as the regularly scheduled general election. Union County Home and Garden Show is March the 24th. The 9th annual New Albany Home and Garden Show, presented by the Union County Master Gardeners, is scheduled for March the 24th, 2018, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. in historic downtown New Albany. The theme for this year's show will be Hopping into Spring. Now, guest speakers will be at the Magnolia Civic Center, and they're as follows. Growing Tomatoes at 9 a.m. with Stanley Wise. At 11 a.m., Mississippi's Cut Flowers with Donna Yole. At 1 p.m., Frogs and Friends with Dr. Shannon McGee, and at 3 p.m., Mississippi's Native Plants with Robert Ballard. Entertainment by Hannah and Carly at 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. in the Pocket Park beside the Magnolia Civic Center. Come and enjoy the home and garden vendors, including crafts, foods, and plants. For additional information, please contact Pat Campbell, Linda Carson, or Vicki Paquin. Now, for the weird news, something besides politics is putting people in the Washington metro area on the verge of throwing up. On Friday, according to the Huffington Post, a powerful storm moving along the East Coast caused winds so strong that they made people sick. One plane landing at Dulles International Airport outside of Washington during the heavy winds reported that nearly everyone on the flight got sick. The tweet sent out by the National Weather Service's Aviation Weather Center suggested that the experience for the passengers and crew of United Flight 3833 from Charlottesville, Virginia was miserable. Just miserable. And this week in history, the novella The Old Man and the Sea was first published. Now, it was published in Life magazine as an allegory referring to the writer's own struggles to preserve his art in the face of fame and attention. Hemingway had become a cult figure whose 4 marriages and adventurous exploits of big game hunting and fishing were widely covered in the press. But despite his fame, he had not produced a major literary work in a decade before he wrote The Old Man and the Sea. The book would be his last significant work of fiction before his suicide in 1961. Hemingway was born in 1899 in Oak Park, Illinois, starting working as a reporter for the Kansas City Star in 1917. When war broke out in World War I, he volunteered as an ambulance driver for the Red Cross and was severely wounded in 1918 on the Italian front while carrying a companion to safety. He was decorated and sent home to recuperate. Hemingway married the wealthy Hattie Richardson in 1920, and the couple moved to Paris, where they met other American expatriate writers, including F. Scott Fitzgerald, Gertrude Stein, and Ezra Pound. And with their help and encouragement, Hemingway published his first book of short stories in the U.S. in 1925, followed by the well-received The Sun Also Rises in 1926. During the 1930s and 40s, the hard-drinking Hemingway lived in Key West and then in Cuba while continuing to travel widely. He was wounded in a plane crash in 1953, after which he became increasingly anxious and depressed. Like his father, he also committed suicide by shooting himself in 1961 in his home in Idaho. Now, there are a few events going on in our area. In one of our communities, Holly Springs, the Tourism Board is proud to present the second Marketing That Matters lunch. It's a lunch and learn seminar. Then they have a lot of information about starting your marketing, and you can call or email about a seat. On March the 17th, from noon until the last group gets done, they will have a gospel explosion at the Spring Hollow Park at 183 North Memphis Street. It's a free event with free food, free fellowship, free from crime, and freedom and wine. The public is invited. And they're having a career fair on April the 10th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And the Behind the Big House tours from April 19th to the 22nd is 3 days to walk through time and tour their antebellum homes and other historic places. And here in Union County on March the 24th at the Ladies Building at the Fairgrounds, there will be a Mickey and Minnie Market that will benefit the Havis Kids group. Havis Kids is a non-profit group that helps raise money to send children and adults with special needs to Disney World. They invite you to come out from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. and visit the vendors that will be set up there. And they'll have items for sale, and there'll be companies to offer information and lots of fun. Admission to the market is free, y'all. Thank you for joining us here today on TV 99 North Mississippi, Good Day NA, and North Mississippi. We invite you to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and we have a YouTube channel that we invite you to subscribe to so that you don't miss any of our original programs. You can watch a live stream on our website, tv99nms.com. We hope you will send us a copy of your events coming up so that we can tell folks about them on here. And we hope you have a wonderful week.